For the Washington and Lee Athletics Year in Review, I'm Jeremy Franklin. We start with one of the most successful fall seasons in recent memory. Men's cross country claimed its first ODAC championship since 2007, edging host Bridgewater by 2 points at the conference meet. Ian McDonald placed second overall to lead the Generals, and he and Max Strahler earned first-team all-conference honors. Brandon Spalding was named ODAC Coach of the Year, while Strahler also received the League Scholar Athlete Award. W&L went on to place sixth at the NCAA South-Southeast Regional in Kernstown, where Strahler and Levi Waring achieved all-region status. Women's cross country also won the ODAC title, the school's first since 2012 and the 15th in 30 seasons for the program. Samantha Yates was the runner-up in the conference race, claiming the ODAC Rookie of the Year award and joining fellow first-year Maggie Siebold on the all-conference first team. Mike Dager was tabbed as the ODAC Coach of the Year. The Generals then finished third at the South-Southeast Regional, just one spot away from qualifying for the national meet as a team. Siebold, Yates, and Rachel Steffen earned all-region honors, with Yates and Siebold going on to compete at the NCAA Division III Championship in Wisconsin. 2015 was also a special year on the gridiron as the football team put together the first 10-0 regular season in school history, winning the ODAC Championship and qualifying for the Division III playoffs for the fourth time. The Generals fell 51-21 in the first round on the road against another undefeated team, Thomas More. W&L led the nation in rushing offense, averaging well over 400 yards per game, all without a single 1,000-yard rusher. Fitting then that two of the Generals' three first-team All-ODAC selections were offensive linemen, with Michael LaSala and Chris Ozier getting the nod. Linebacker Max Garrett was also a first-team All-Conference pick. Ozier, LaSala, and Raymond Monastersky were D3Football.com All-Region selections, while LaSala also earned All-America honors from the AFCA, the AP, and D3Football.com. Thomas Freeland was selected as the Defensive Rookie of the Year by the Virginia Sports Information Directors Association, and Scott Abel was tabbed as Coach of the Year by the ODAC, Virginia Sports Information Directors, and the Touchdown Club of Richmond. Men's soccer claimed its first ODAC title since 2000, going on to defeat Methodist 3-0 in the opening round of the NCAA tournament before falling 2-1 at 7th-ranked Haverford in the second round. The Generals wrapped up the year with a 16-4-2 overall record. Including the conference playoffs, W&L went 13-0-1 against ODAC foes, outscoring the opposition 43-8. Ben Bayless was tabbed as Player of the Year by both the conference and the Virginia Sports Information Directors, and Mike Singleton won Coach of the Year laurels from both groups as well. Bayless was joined on the All-ODAC first team by Patrick Berry and Gillen Beck, and that trio also received first-team All-Region accolades. The women's soccer team finished 13-3-1 overall, placing third in the ODAC with a 9-2 conference record. The Generals, who spent several weeks in the regular season ranked in the national poll, fell on penalty kicks to Roanoke in the conference quarterfinals. Ashley Hogan and Tricia Jesse were first-team all-conference picks, while Danielle Spickard was selected as the Rookie of the Year by the ODAC and the Virginia Sports Information Directors Association. Field hockey put together an 11-7 campaign, including a 6-1 ODAC mark that saw the Generals tie for first in the conference standings. W&L earned the top seed in the ODAC tournament, advancing to the championship for the first time in a decade and falling 1-0 to Bridgewater in the final. Kendall Peterson and Maggie Waxter were named to the all-conference first team, with Waxter also receiving first-team All-State and second-team All-Region honors. Meanwhile, first-year mentor Gina Wills was tabbed as the ODAC Coach of the Year. Volleyball finished 18-15 overall and 9-2 in the ODAC. Seeded third in the conference tournament, the Generals fell 3-0 to second seed Virginia Wesleyan in the ODAC semifinals. Anna Lausberg and Mackenzie Shan garnered first-team all-conference recognition, with Meg Guillen also tabbed as the ODAC Rookie of the Year. Shan and Lausberg were all-region selections, while Shan was an honorable mention All-American for the second straight season, becoming just the third player in program history to earn multiple All-America honors. On to the winter, which featured a two-time national champion and two other All-Americans. W&L claimed the second-ever ODAC championship in men's swimming, securing the title in Greensboro and sweeping the conference awards. Tommy Thetford was named Swimmer of the Year, while Sam Childress earned Rookie of the Year honors, and Cammie Gardner was chosen as the ODAC's top coach. Thetford went on to win a pair of national titles at the NCAA Division III meet, also in Greensboro, as he finished first in the 100 and 200-yard freestyle events. The sophomore, who became W&L's first national champion swimmer since 2008, was also the runner-up in the 50 freestyle. Thetford and Childress were joined on the All-ODAC team by Thomas Agostini, Trent Babcock, Andrew Botello, Thomas Caldwell, Corey Connolly, Thomas Ferguson, Austin Jennings, and Noah Schammel. Women's swimming won its 9th consecutive ODAC championship and the 26th title in program history. The Generals also earned plenty of conference hardware. Elle Chansey was tabbed as the ODAC's top rookie. Stephanie Foster collected her third straight Scholar Athlete Award, and Gardner doubled up as Coach of the Year. Chansey, Emily Rollo, Elizabeth Holmes, Cassidy Fuller, and Jordan Watson all qualified for the NCAA championship, where Rollo would earn All-America honors in the 100-yard backstroke and the 200 individual medley. Chansey, Fuller, Holmes, Rollo, and Watson were joined on the all-conference team by Haley Radman, Sarah Schaefer, Emma Swab, and Kira Tomanchak. Women's track and field featured another All-American performance. As a team, W&L placed second behind Bridgewater in a photo finish at the ODAC Indoor Championship in Landover, Maryland. Dana Lee was named Athlete of the Meet after winning the long jump in the 400 meters, finishing second in the triple jump, and placing third in 2 other events. Samantha Yates claimed Rookie of the Meet honors after winning the 3,000 meters and placing third in the mile. Lizzie Stanton and Kayla Futak finished 1-2 in the pole vault, while Kara Ferroni, Catherine Fonville, Kaylee Hitton, and Maggie Siebold also earned all ODAC honors for top 3 performances. Lee advanced to the Division III Indoor National Championship at Grinnell College, where she placed 8th in the long jump to earn the 3rd All-America citation of her career. The men's track and field team also came in second at the ODAC Indoor Championship, where Ian McDonald defended his conference titles in both the mile and the 3,000 meters. The Generals won 3 other events. Davis Turner finished first in the high jump, Rob Jones claimed the top spot in the pole vault, and Hank Patrick, Albert Del Cristo, Jake Roberts, and Levi Waring comprised the conference's top distance medley relay team. Jack Jones, Mackenzie Leroy, Drew Pranka, Patrick Robertson, and Max Strahler also turned in all ODAC performances. More track and field a bit later on. Records fell by the wayside for the wrestling team. Ron Tassoni broke the program's 36-year-old mark for career wins, wrapping up his 4-year run with a 97-43 overall record. This season, he placed second at the Centennial Conference Championship and third at the NCAA East Regional, which W&L hosted in February. With the regional performance, Tassoni became the first general since 2001 to qualify for the national meet. Meanwhile, rookie Zach Bilkbashi established a new single-season record for wins, going 34-10 in his first collegiate campaign and also finishing as the runner-up at the Centennial meet. As a team, W&L came in 5th in the conference and 11th in the region. Riding placed 3rd at the ODAC Championship in Lynchburg, where Jane Chiavelli and Kaylee Wells both earned all-conference honors. W&L's regular season also included 3rd-place showings at Randolph, Hollins, and Bridgewater. At the IHSA Regionals, also in Lynchburg, Laura Lemon took first in the open equitation on the flat, while Chiavelli and Laurel Romano claimed second place in their events as all 3 riders qualified for the zone finals in Fredericksburg. Women's basketball went 17-10 overall, matching the program's best-ever finish in the ODAC standings by tying for 3rd with an 11-5 conference record. The Generals kicked into high gear at the right time, closing out the regular season with 6 straight wins and then downing Eastern Mennonite 53-48 in a conference quarterfinal in Salem. W&L's season came to a close with a 71-57 loss to eventual champion Lynchburg in the ODAC semifinals. Jackie Clifford and Aylin Kelly earned all-conference honors for a team that finished second in the ODAC in both scoring and field goal percentage defense. The men's basketball team finished 10-16 overall and 3-13 in the ODAC. W&L opened the season 7-3, including a win over number 6 Catholic in November, but the Generals struggled down the stretch and closed out the year with 10 straight losses, including a 71-65 defeat at Randolph in the first round of the ODAC tournament. The squad was still well represented on the all-conference teams, with Andy Kleinlein and Clayton Murtha both receiving all ODAC recognition. Now on to the spring, which featured 5 ODAC championships and a record-setting NCAA finish. The men's golf team won its first conference title since 2009, ending Guilford's 5-year run atop the ODAC. Luke Farley finished second overall at the conference tournament in Nelliesford, while Todd Allen McDonald tied for third. The Generals then finished in a tie for third place at the NCAA Division III Championship, the best-ever performance for W&L at the national event. Conley Hurst's 4-day score put him just 2 strokes behind the individual leaders as he tied for 4th overall. Hurst received the ODAC Scholar Athlete Award, while Farley was a first-team all-conference pick. Both Farley and Hayden Combs were all Southeast Region selections, and Farley received the Elite 90 Award at the NCAA Championship. Women's golf came in second at the ODAC Championship. Mary Frances Hall was the individual medalist, shooting the low round of the tournament on the final day to win the title by a single stroke. Fellow sophomore Lisa Freed was named first-team All-ODAC, and she received honorable mention All-America honors from the Women's Golf Coaches Association. Freed also earned a bid to the Division III Championship in Houston, where she finished in a tie for 18th place. The baseball team exceeded expectations to go 26-14, setting a new program standard with 16 home victories and finishing just 2 wins shy of tying the overall school record. Picked 9th in the ODAC preseason coaches poll, the Generals landed in 3rd place with a 13-7 league mark. W&L defeated Hampton-Sydney 2-1 in the ODAC tournament before falling to the top 2 seeds, Randolph-Macon and Shenandoah. Tom Conklin went 8-0 with a 1.03 ERA, good enough for 6th in all of Division III, as he earned first-team All-ODAC honors and was tabbed as the conference's Scholar Athlete of the Year. Rookie Danny Devereaux set a single-season program record for saves, while first-year mentor Lucas Jones was named the ODAC Coach of the Year. Now for more track and field. The men placed third at the ODAC Outdoor Championship in Lynchburg. Patrick Robertson defended his conference title in the hammer throw and came in second in the shot put, while Ian McDonald won the 1,500 meters. W&L produced 4 more second-place performances. Max Strahler set a new school record and finished less than a second off the pace in the 10,000 meters. Jack Jones placed in the 400. Rob Jones came in second in the pole vault, and Davis Turner was the runner-up in the high jump. Dash Derricks and Drew Pranka also earned all ODAC honors for third-place finishes in the javelin and the 400. Women's track and field came in second in the conference at the Outdoor Championship. Dana Lee and Samantha Yates repeated their honors from the winter. Lee was named Athlete of the Meet after winning the long jump, placing second in the triple jump, and scoring in 4 other events. Yates won the 5,000 meters and finished third in the 1,500 to claim Rookie of the Meet laurels. Lizzie Stanton and Kayla Futak were again first and second in the pole vault, while Kaylee Hinton won the 400-meter hurdles and finished third in the 100-meter event. Kirsten McMichael placed second in the 10,000 meters, and Maggie Siebold was the runner-up in the 1,500. Cara Ferroni, Catherine Fonville, Allie Peacock, and Molly Ungrady also earned all ODAC honors at the meet. Women's lacrosse captured the program's 7th straight ODAC title by trouncing Randolph-Macon 16-3 in the conference championship game. W&L recovered from a 1-5 start, with all 5 losses coming to teams that made the NCAA field, to go 9-0 in the conference and 13-6 overall, falling 11-10 to Mount Union in the first round of the Division III tournament in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Haley Tucker was named ODAC Rookie of the Year, while Brooke O'Brien earned Coach of the Year honors for the 4th time. Tucker was joined on the All-Conference first team by Melissa Coggins, who finishes her career 3rd all-time at W&L with 92 assists, and defender Parker Hamble. All 3 players earned second-team All-Region accolades. The men's lacrosse team went 16-4 overall and 8-1 in the ODAC, beating Lynchburg 10-7 in the conference final in Salem to claim the program's first ODAC title since 2009. The Generals would go on to defeat Sewanee 9-5 in their NCAA tournament opener in Lexington before falling 12-5 on the road to 7th-ranked York in the round of 16. W&L led the ODAC in scoring defense, so it was no surprise to see defenseman Buck Armstrong, goalie Wyatt Devine, and short-stick midfielder Andrew Reel all land on the All-ODAC first team. Meanwhile, A.J. Witherold led the team in goals and assists and was selected as the conference's Rookie of the Year. The Generals' 16 wins also tied the school record. Men's tennis battled through an injury and illness-plagued season to finish 16-9 overall, placing second in the ODAC with a 9-1 record. The Generals avenged that lone conference loss in the postseason, downing top seed Virginia Wesleyan 5-2 to collect the program's 35th ODAC title. W&L then pulled out a dramatic 5-4 win over North Carolina Wesleyan in the first round of the NCAA tournament before falling 5-0 to top-ranked Emory in the round of 32. Thomas Johnson and Will Bannister earned first-team all-conference honors in singles, while Bannister and Jordan Krasner got the nod at number 1 doubles. Zach Ely was selected as the ODAC Rookie of the Year, and Michael Holt received his 3rd Scholar Athlete of the Year award. And the women's tennis team continued its run atop the ODAC, going 19-6 overall and 10-0 in the conference. W&L claimed its 14th consecutive ODAC title with a 5-0 victory over Randolph-Macon in the championship match. The Generals then hosted the opening rounds of the NCAA tournament in Lexington this weekend. After receiving a first-round bye, W&L blanked Westminster 5-0 in the second round before falling to number 1 Emory by the same scoreline in the round of 16. Tessa Hill was named ODAC Rookie of the Year, and Brooke Donnelly earned Scholar Athlete honors. That pair was joined on the All-Conference first team by Mary Hampton McNeil, Melinda Kaufman, Dee Dee Eschleman, and Rachel Hicks, while Erin Ness was selected as the Conference Coach of the Year. Donnelly has received her 2nd straight bid to the Division III Individual Singles Championships, and she and Hill will also pair up in the 16-team doubles field in Michigan next week. For the Washington and Lee Athletics Year in Review, I'm Jeremy Franklin.